Okay. It all started with a book, 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. All throughout his school years, this young boy would read that book in the customer's lounge of a regional stock brokerage near his father's office. He was exposed to the world of investing and reveled in the marvels of the stock market. I mean, who can blame him, right? Money buys us things. It gets us places and earns us a status in society. I'm sure many of you all have experimented with your own ways of earning money, whether it be through chores or jobs or selling your childhood homemade goods. But have you ever thought about expanding the ways in which you earn money? Maybe even letting others earn money for you? One of the most popular ways to invest money is in stocks. Basically, when you buy shares of a company's stock, you become a shareholder, which means you own part of that company. You share in their profits, but if their profits fall, so does the value of your stock. For the young boy, he officially became involved in the stock market game at age 11 when he bought 6 shares of this gas company, City Service, 3 for himself and 3 for his sister at $38 a share. Unfortunately, the price of his stock did drop to $27 shortly after he bought them. Anxiously, he hounded the stock market for days until the price finally creeped back up to $40, where then he immediately sold them for a small profit. He regretted the decision later when he checked the stock market again to see City Service was now valued at $200 a share. When that young boy invested in those 6 shares, he didn't have patience. He didn't know what he was getting into, but he knew enough about himself. He knew the kind of risk taker he was, and he had the grit to put a portion of his money into an unknown fate. A sturdy foundation to have as you go into investing is knowing yourself and what your values are. In doing so, it's important to invest in companies that you're interested in. Part of the fun is owning parts of these major companies that you see and deal with every day. Now, apart from not giving his stock enough time to accumulate a profit, another misstep that young boy took is he put all of his eggs in one basket. Another part of being a successful investor is having a diverse portfolio. Spreading your money out over several different companies significantly reduces the risk of losing a lot with one investment. The stock market is impossible to predict, so having as many options and backup plans as possible is good. Now, you may be sitting here listening to all these risks of stocks, and you know yourself, and you know you prefer more safety and security. Well, the good news is there's investment options for everyone. Bank savings accounts, government and company bonds, and mutual funds are all other viable investment options that you can still profit off of, but with less risk than stocks. Still, no matter how you decide to invest your money, we all have the ability to benefit off of compound interest. Compound interest is basically making money on the money you make. You can see in this table that over a significant period of time, the difference between compound interest and simple interest is significantly greater because those interest rates in compound interest are building off of each other, like a snowball rolling down a hill, whereas in simple interest, the interest rate stays constant. 1,000 Ways to Earn $1,000 taught the value of this lesson to that young boy. Speaking of, he's still around today. He's now 91 and has a net worth of over $125 billion, making him the 5th wealthiest person in the world. That same boy who sacrificed $228 in City Service is now the CEO and chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. You know him by his name, Warren Buffett, arguably one of the most famous and successful investors in the world. When Buffett went from that young boy into a young man and then eventually a professional investor, he definitely learned the importance of having a diverse portfolio comprised of several companies that align with his personal values. But the biggest factor that enabled Buffett to become a modern-day billionaire was time. Starting at age 11, he only had time on his side to let his money and knowledge grow. And being 15 and 16 and 17, we have the ability to do the same. So I hope that you will use some of these investment options that I've given you and research them to see what might suit you so you can maximize the amount of time you have for your money to grow. Be patient. If you buy a stock and it drops $9 the next day, don't freak out. Get to know yourself and the kind of risk taker you are. Take advantage of compound interest. Like Warren Buffett said, time is your friend, but if you can't find a way to make money in your sleep, you'll work until you die. Thank you.